Hey guys, welcome to my Last Blood 2-6 channel. I'm Tyler. I just wanted to announce for you Rambo fans that I am going to be going to Hope, British Columbia, Canada in the next couple days on Saturday, December, what was it, 14th, 17th, 16th or 17th? Anyways, Saturday. And we're going to be going to Hope, and I'm going to be going to check out the Rambo filming locations, and I'm going to go to the First Blood filming location where they filmed the Junkyard scene in Rambo First Blood. And from there, I am going to be doing some review videos and use videos with the Pohl Force, some of the Pohl Force knives. That you can still get on their website right now, as well as maybe like a couple others that have kind of come and gone from the Pohl Force website, like the MK9 and the MK8. So on Saturday, I have the new Legacy knife, Pohl Force Legacy. That's going to be, we're going to do a review on this one on Saturday at the Junkyard. We're going to be doing some batoning, some chopping. It's going to be awesome. We're going to be using the saw, like, stay tuned. MK11, all right? Well, there isn't a single review video on YouTube of the MK11 actually being used. There's a few videos of guys flashing it around and showing it and whatever. Great, cool, awesome. Nothing wrong with that. However, we're going to actually use the knife. We're going to be doing some batoning and chopping and see what this thing is actually capable of. And if you're super excited from the video, like I'm going to be, make sure you get to the Pohl Force website and buy one while they're still there. Same with the Quebec 2, the new Pohl Force Quebec 2. I'm going to be taking this to the First Blood Junkyard, and we're going to be using that as well. It's not going to be no woodsman kind of review, all right? We're not going to be slicing some chickens, from the grocery store kind of thing. But we're... And I won't have the same sound effects as Woodsman's review video, which is really funny and a great time to watch. But we will be doing some batoning and some wood cutting and splitting with this knife, and we're going to show what it's capable of, and you can have some fun watching it, and make sure that you get to the Pohl Force website and get one before they're gone, because apparently these stonewash ones are almost gone, sold out. And then, of course, you can get this knife in the black Tanini finish as well, which is a really nice finish. So, yeah. And also, we have the Tactical 8 Pohl Force. Might do some bit of chopping and a bit of cutting with this one as well for you to see. CNC2 MK9. We're going to do this one as well. We're going to do some wood chopping, some splitting, batoning, a bit of bushcraft stuff with this one, as well as the CNC2 MK8. So yeah, we'll be on location in Hope, BC, British Columbia, Canada, at the Rambo First Blood Junkyard location to do some chopping, cutting with some Pohl Force Rambo knives. It's going to be a good time. I'm super excited to use these knives. It's fun seeing them on YouTube. And listening to guys talk about them for an hour. It's cool and all, but man, I want to see what these things are capable of, right? And I like to have knives that I have in a showcase. And I like to have knives that I take out and use. And I want to use my Rambo knives. I want to use my Legacy knife. I'm like, at the same time, I'm like super scared to, because it's just so pretty. Like, look at this thing. Like, man, it is a work of art. Like, this is a modern art masterpiece, this thing. But we're going to beat it up. But you know what? I think it can take it. I think it can take it. Like, this is a tough knife. Like, this, it's nylock steel. But we'll find out. I think we're going to be all right. Same with the Quebec too. Super impressed with this knife. And thanks, to Pohl Force for making these knives. For Dietmar, your passion behind these knives. It's noticed. It's appreciated. Thank you for making these knives. Thank you for your passion behind these knives, Dietmar. And just being such a great knife company to work with. It's awesome being able to correspond different ideas about and talk knives and just share the passion and continue the Rambo legacy. From first blood to last blood to every day. Carry the Rambo legacy on. It's really cool. It's really fun. It's a lot of guys, were inspired by the Rambo movies. A lot of guys in the military, it kind of sparked a whole generation of knife makers like Dietmar. It inspired him to make knives and make these awesome knives that we have now. If it wasn't for First Blood, that wouldn't be possible. These knives wouldn't be sitting on the table here, and I probably wouldn't be into knives like I am. And it all started with this one, the Jimmy Lyle First Blood knife. Guys saw this in the movies and were like, whoa, right? And then it just turned into this. Whoa. Right? Yeah. Awesome. And then even into this. Like, it just doesn't end. It's really, it's a great hobby. It's fun. And it gets some great people together, in different knife groups and stuff. We get together and we talk knives and we show off our collections, and everyone just has a great time socializing and showing off their nice pieces. So anyways, watch my video in the next couple days in Hope, BC at the Rambo Junkyard, First Blood. We're gonna be having some fun with this guy, especially this saw, right? Like, I want to see this saw and how functional it is, capable it is. I mean, it's no chainsaw, right? But it'd be interesting to see, small branches and stuff, making like branches for kindling. Like, I'm sure it's going to be awesome. I'm sure it'll work fine, so or at least batoning. Like, man, every time I pick up this knife, I drool. Like, it's just like, wow. It's crazy how light it is. Like, this is the MK9, right? CNC2. This is like twice the weight as this. Twice as heavy. So much lighter. Like, you could pack this around on your hip and you wouldn't even notice it there. It's crazy how light this is. But the steel on it's like 1,000,000 times better than excuse me, CNC2 MK9. Right, the first 300, of course, were made by Lion Steel, and made with nylock steel as well as this one. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't get those ones anymore. They're kind of long gone, right? You can find them on eBay for like $1 million and a liver. But anyways, you can still buy this one on the Pohl Force website right now. Like, you could literally get on the computer and order one. I hesitated on buying this one, I'm not gonna lie, because of the price tag. I was like, I can't justify that, especially being in Canada. Man, it's double the price, right? Double the price. I'm like, I could buy like 7 tops knives for the price of this one knife. But then I went and bought a couple tops knives. I got like an Operator 7, a Pig Hunter. Like, they're pretty sick knives, I'm not gonna lie. But I was like, you know what? I still kept thinking about this knife. Every night I went to bed and I'm like, legacy. You know? And it's like, man, I'm like, I gotta do it. I'm like, but I can't. But I have to. And I'm like, no. So go buy like another cool knife, like a Knives of Alaska Benchmade. And I'm like trying to like satisfy that crave, you know? So I go buy the Knives of Alaska or the cool buck, and I'm like, this is sweet. And I'm like, but then I hear legacy in my head. I'm like, fuck. I mean, can't say that on YouTube. I'm like, I gotta buy the legacy now. I gotta buy it. Yep, it's gonna happen. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Hit click. You know how many times I put it in the cart and I didn't hit complete or whatever, right? And I'm just like, oh, but it's just so fun going through the process of putting it in the cart and getting it all the way to the last step, but not quite hitting that button. But once I hit that button, I was like, oh, yeah. And then I get it. I'm like, why was I waiting that long? You idiot. Like, this is amazing. So make sure you don't lose out, because there's not many left. Dietmar has said that a couple times, like, hit that button, hit that order button, because, and I've talked to him quite a bit recently, and he said, yeah, these ones are on their last numbers too, Quebec 2, so make sure you get a Quebec 2, because you don't want to miss out on these, you know, especially this legacy. Like, man, and just the smell of that genuine Italian leather. I showed it to my stepdad this evening, and he's like, he smelled the leather. He's like, and felt it, and he's like, wow, these are like Italian shoes in a knife, you know, in a knife sheath. I feel like I'm holding like Ferrari shoes, you know, but Italian shoes, yeah, wow. Anyways, that's just the quality you get with Pohl Force. Like, shared no expense. Remember Jurassic Park, John Hammond? Shared no expense. That should be Dietmar's new line. Hey, yeah, shared no expense. Nothing but the best. Quebec 2. Oh yeah, look at this finger choil. Oh yeah, I'm using it. Does it cut my finger? No, sir. All those naysayers out there, don't listen to them and say you can't use a finger choil. BS. Look at, I'm using it. Finger choil. Bam. It's not the biggest finger choil. It's not like a MK8 finger choil or TAC 8 finger choil. It would be nice if it was a TAC 8 finger choil, much more room, but there's still room. There is still room. And this grip, fits like a glove. It just fits like a glove. It's such a comfortable knife. And the D2, like, man, they do such a phenomenal job with this D2. Like, I can't say enough great things about it. Like, the heat treat is phenomenal. The edge is phenomenal. Holds its edge forever. And it's super tough. Like, you don't need a super steel S35VN and some of those others. Yeah, they're great steels. Don't get me wrong, but don't let D2 be a game changer. I was like that at first. That's why I didn't pull the trigger right away. I was like, D2. Oh. Not that it's a bad steel, but for that price, I was like, I don't know. But honestly, it's 100% worth it. It's because I've been using this TAC 8 D2 right for the last year in the bush, doing all my batoning with it, cutting all my wood with it, and I didn't sharpen it till just recently, just because I felt like it. I didn't need it, but I took it to get it professionally sharpened just because I love the knife so much. It deserves a professional sharpen, but it didn't need it, honestly. I could have went probably maybe even another year without sharpening it. So that's one great thing with D2 steel, especially Pohl Force D2. And I'm sure woodsmen can attend to that it's a really good heat treat. And you don't need to worry about breaking it, chipping it. Like I use a 1095 Essie's, my go-to batoning bushcraft knife. Essie Jungless SE6. Whew, great knives, but they dull after about 30 minutes of batoning, and I'm like really like, whoa, you know. So I'm like, and then like little fine chips in the edge, you know, and I'm like, oh man. And then I started using this guy. I was like, whew, great job. That's why I'm super excited for you guys and me to see this one batoning, because I want to use this to replace my Essie Jungless, because the Essie's fine or whatever, but man, Pohl Force is where it's at. Like, you just can't beat these knives. They're so freaking awesome. So yeah, and this one's still available on their website, but this is equivalent to a Jungless, Essie Jungless, right? So I'm super excited to baton with this guy, like to really just get in there and split some wood. We're not going to make a fire, although that'd be really nice. It's kind of chilly out there, but I'll try and find some branches that we can snag off. Yeah, definitely do some splitting wood with the Legacy too. So yeah, look at the size comparison actually over here. You know, relatively the same. Well, this MK11's a little bigger. Size comparison. This knife, do we have a tape measure? Yes we do. Yes we do. MK11. Holy, 16 inches. Damn, it's a big knife. 10.5-inch blade. What do you use a 10.5-inch blade for? Remember First Blood? What do you use a knife like this for? Hunting? What do you hunt with a knife like this? Whatever you want. Anyway, 9-inch blade on the Legacy. 9. 15 inches overall length for the Legacy. Big knife. Oh, Quebec 2 and the Legacy. Let's check it out. Holy smokes. This thing dwarfs the Quebec 2. Literally dwarfs it in every... It's like... Oh my god. I thought this was a big knife. You know, you put this in your hand and you're like, man, this is a big knife. This is nice. And you're like, this gets really serious. So yeah, anyways, Saturday, stay tuned. I'm not gonna upload it on Saturday. I'll upload it Sunday. So Sunday, be on the lookout for some cool pull force review videos, use videos in the Rambo First Blood Junkyard. And yeah, stay tuned to my channel. I'm not going to make a lot of videos. Like, this isn't going to be like a regular thing for me. You know, I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers. I'm not here to make money off YouTube and these videos. I really just have a really strong passion for knives. I have a really strong passion for pull force knives in particular. A real big appreciation for pull force knives and pull force company and Dietmar for, you know, the knives he makes, the passion he puts into the knives, and just taking care of the customers, you know, making sure the customers are happy. He goes above and beyond to satisfy his knife customers. And I can't say that for any other knife company. I really can't. You know, like I said, I have knives from most major knife names out there. I have knives from, and I haven't talked to any of their CEOs. Yeah, right. I tried reaching out to CJ Buck a few times, never heard from the guy, not even close. Same as SOG. Spencer Fraser, I think his name was. Yeah, Spencer Fraser. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, I mean, those knives like Buck, you know, they started like what a grassroots company, you know. Hoyt Buck, you know, he started out making knives for soldiers in World War II and stuff. So I thought, oh, that's super cool, you know. So then just out of the basement, you know, and just became this huge monster, multi-million-dollar knife company. But the foundations were like super solid and super cool, right? Guy just super passionate about knives. But that's gone. You know, you got CJ in there now, right? But the quality control is terrible. You know, it's 50-50 chance if you buy a Buck if it's going to be a good quality or not. Like, but man, every time you buy a pull force, nothing but quality, like outstanding quality. So yeah, I highly recommend the pull force company. So yeah, make sure you get them while they're available, and you won't be disappointed for sure. All right, so yeah, stay tuned, and we'll see you Saturday or Sunday after Hope, BC, and the Rambo Junkyard. And I'm going to be like touring around Hope as well and checking out all the Rambo sites, all the film sites. So if you do want to see any particular site in Hope, I'm going to be publishing this video like right away. So leave a comment in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. If you want to see any of these knives that I showed you tonight, if you want to see them in Hope in the Junkyard, and if you want to see me use them, if you have any special requests, let me know in the comments, and I'll make your requests happen. You know, I'll do that. Yeah, if you want to see like a MK9, you know, split a piece of wood or something, or you want to see the saw and the Legacy, you know, cut through some branches or something, just let me know in the comments. You know, I'll make it happen. 100%. I use that word a lot. I should probably stop using that. Actually, my last video was 110%. Yeah, everything was 110%. Yeah, anyways, cliche, lame, dumb, I know. Anything else that we didn't cover? Well, yeah, I can't say it enough, guys. Like, man, get this Legacy knife. Like, either this version, the green canvas, or the black. Like, you're not gonna go wrong with either one of them. Like, I'm not a black handle kind of guy, You know, I really like the canvas micarta because I also have this Pohl Force, right? I believe it was the MK7. Man, I hope I got that right because I'm going to be really embarrassed if I got that wrong. But, oh, you guys missed out on this one because it's not available anymore on the website. But man, is this knife underrated. Every person I've showed this knife to, they're just like, wow, that is awesome. Where did you get that? And I'm like, Pohl Force. And they're like, well, you know, they're like, who's Pohl Force? And I'm like, well, let me tell you. Yeah. So, yeah, underrated knife company. Obviously very, very big in Europe, in Germany especially, right? They're from the German knife company, from Pohl Force, Dietmar Pohl, German guy, from, you know, very well known in Germany. But here in North America, United States, Canada, not so well known. But that's okay. That's okay because you know what? I like to be one of the only guys on the block who has one of these knives. It's kind of fun, very unique, right? Because you show up to a knife meet with like one of your benchmates or your park ribbers, and then you see a whole nother table, like 2 tables down. The guy got another table full of bark rivers, and you're like, oh, cool, yeah, that's well, I guess I'm wasting my time. You know, yeah, it's nothing no one hasn't seen before, you know. But you get a table of Pohl Force knives, and it's like, what is this? Where's this been my whole life? You know, and you're like, sorry, dude. Like, there's only 300 pieces made. This is it. You know, you feel kind of special. You feel kind of cool, right? But this is still available, man. You can still be that guy to have this knife. You can still be that guy to have this knife, this Quebec 2. Oh, finger choil. Oh, look at that. No cut. As I slice my finger open. No, I'm good. Yeah, no, seriously though, it's good. You can use it. With a glove, yeah, you're probably going to nick up your glove. You probably, unless you just use the tip. Just the tip. Just use the tip, and you're good. You're fine. Hey, Woodsman, how were those sound effects, eh? All natural. Anyways, MK11. Look at the size of this thing. Means business, right? And it's actually light. Like, I carried this on my hip for a hike, and as well as the MK10. I had both of them. I carried this on a hike, and it was fine, man. Yeah, like, it was great. It wasn't too heavy. It wasn't too bulky. Yeah. You know, it's, I would probably, honestly, I wouldn't hike far with it on my hip. You know, it's definitely like a strap it to the side of your backpack kind of knife. But if you want to put it on your hip, you can. It's not gonna break your hip. All right, so see you guys Saturday in the Hope Rambo First Blood Junkyard. And stay tuned if you want to check out my channel every once in a while. I am going to post like a few videos here and there of like some of my gear that I use like out in the field when I go on these hikes and stuff. You know, I got some pretty cool systems that I've developed over the last few years that are like really effective and cheap. You know, it's no fun spending a ton of money on some of these things, but you can put together some pretty cool kits for a fair price. That'll go a long ways, and you can do some fun stuff with. So yeah, if you guys if you're interested in that, you know, and my go bag, my EDC bag that I carry with me, you know, I have a couple different bags. One that I use, you know, for a couple days. One that I use in the field. One I have in the back of my truck. You know, I got everything I need in there. You know, it's handy. It's fun being like the gear guy, you know, and having the cool kit and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in you know, there's so much out there. You're just like, sometimes it's like overwhelming. It's like, okay, I want to go camping, but what do I bring? There's like 1,000 review videos and YouTube videos, and you go into a outdoor store and you're just like, I don't have a clue what I'm doing or what I need. So yeah, if you're interested, I can give you guys just the basics, a basic build of like a backpack and a tack belt, you know, that you can put all your gear and your knives on and be good to go. Good to go. So anyways, stay sharp, everyone. Stay sharp as I bleed all over this nice Quebec too. And we'll see you guys in Hope.